You know I can. Don't you challenge me, man.
It's already recording now. Now watch this. What up? Welcome back to African American Youth Harvest Foundation with your host for tonight, Mr. Corey H. But I'm here with a young man, no stranger to the camera. What's your name, young man?
Michael Lofton.
You gotta use the mic, man.
Michael Lofton. Yeah. Michael.
Hold up.
Watch that.
I understand this is the 1 year anniversary for the Harvest Trauma Recovery Center opening.
Yes.
How do you feel about that, man?
I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel great because, one, it took a lot of individuals like yourself, like the entire team that we have on board. We have went way beyond our goal, and we couldn't have done that if we didn't have caring people to help us make a difference. I can happily say we didn't turn down nobody. Despite of, do you hear me?
Hold on. You didn't turn on. You said you overdid the goal. Now, how much did you overdo the goal by? Can you put out them numbers? Uh-oh. Yeah, go ahead. Go back.
You didn't ask me that. Let me say this. I'll serious.
Yes, sir.
Our goal was 120.
Yes, sir.
We not only served over 500 in the counseling, but in addition to that, we served over 800 clients on a goal and a budget designed for 120. So I have to take my hat off to the team.
And y'all really didn't turn nobody down?
We didn't turn nobody down.
Yes, sir.
You know what? We're not ever gonna turn nobody down. You know, that just tells me I need to do something different. I need to get out there, make the request. Time is out for us receiving these one-time budgets. We need to be a line item in the budget. We need to be a line item in the budget. Plan to make the appeal today because I am so happy for the work that when I say we, I do mean we.
Yes, sir.
Because it took Dr. Kelly,
yes, sir.
It took the whole clinical team, it took everybody that's at the Harvest Foundation Trauma Recovery Center. But they came together as a team, and that's what made it be what it is today.
Yes, sir.
That's why we're here. You were there.
Yes, sir.
And you heard Martin Luther King III.
Yes.
He said, I have been around the world. I have been all across the United States. And I haven't seen a model that can come close to this. Mm-hmm. And you know, when you hear something from somebody that's a national known figure,
yes, sir,
that you know he is not gonna come on camera and say things that's incorrect. Even when you have your own organization.
He said it was revolutionary.
It's revolutionary.
Revolutionary.
And so I can only take my hat off to the team. But what I wanna say to the individuals that's out there,
yes, sir,
that's struggling, if you need help, do not think twice about coming to the Harvest Foundation, whether you're struggling with the trauma, whether you need food, whether you need clothes, whether you need a job, whatever you need, come, because that's what we're here for, and we're gonna continue to serve. And my job is not done until we have a long-term, sustainable funding model that'll be here long after I'm gone.
Dang, man, Mr. Mike, thank you so much for your time, man. Listen, you gotta do this. Hold on. Give him the groove.
Watch out.
Get in the groove. Get in the groove. Hey, we see y'all out, man. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
No, I appreciate you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. As Beanie said, my name is Allison Alter, and I'm proud to represent District 10, Central Northwest Austin on the City Council. I'm so happy to be here today with you to celebrate the first anniversary of the Harvest Trauma Recovery Center. As we say in my tradition, mazel tov. This milestone is a testament to the work that many of us in this room have advanced together over the last 5 years or more. Building on the gun violence task force I created in 2019, we challenged ourselves to think outside a traditional public safety lens and adopt a public health approach to violence. We began to ask different questions and to structure interventions treating violence like a disease, requiring us to get at the root causes. At the city in 2021, we launched the Office of Violence Prevention with Austin Public Health, and we have since invested in community violence interrupter work, a firearms surrender protocol, after-school programs, a safe gun storage program, data analysis, and more. In 2022, we convened leaders across the county for our first Gun Violence Prevention Summit, where we committed as a community to collectively build out a stronger and more effective ecosystem for responding and preventing gun violence. There's a lot of us involved here. And as I recall, it was at that first summit that the seeds of the Trauma Recovery Center took root, with Tara Tucker of the Alliance for Safety and Justice and my colleague Vanessa Fuentes playing lead roles. The county led by Commissioner Shea, our congressional delegation, that's who I want to make sure that we do acknowledge, and the city all joined forces to provide funding, and the Harvest Foundation leaned in to establish Texas's first Trauma Recovery Center. I am so proud that our violence prevention infrastructure is now doing more to support survivors, both in the immediate aftermath of the crisis and over time as survivors process trauma and navigate the legal system. By helping to fill this gap, the Trauma Recovery Center is a key investment in our community and a critical aspect of the gun violence prevention and response ecosystem that we are building together. And I really want to emphasize that together. The Trauma Recovery Center is a really great example of how the county, the city are cooperating, Central Health, the district attorney, our federal delegation, our nonprofits. Everyone is stepping up to really build this ecosystem. It won't happen unless we all do that. And so, as well as celebrating this first anniversary for the Trauma Recovery Center, I want us also just to really reflect on how far we've come. We set a goal and we are really, really building for it. So let me conclude by saying congratulations to the Loftons and all of the folks who are involved in making the Trauma Recovery Center a reality and who work there day in and day out.
Good afternoon, how are y'all doing? Wonderful. Thank y'all so much for inviting me out to help celebrate 1 year of the Harvest Trauma Recovery Center. My name is Vanessa Fuentes, and I'm proud to represent South Austin and Southeast Austin on Austin City Council. And as my colleague, Councilmember Allison Alter, who, we have only less than 60 days left with Councilmember Allison Alter. I just want to thank her for her service. Maybe please give her a round. As you were listening now, I really view your remarks, Councilmember Alter, as a call to action for the work that continues. And there's a lot more that we have yet to set out to do. But just to bring us back on how this came about, this recommendation of creating the first Trauma Recovery Center in our state of Texas was a recommendation from our Reimagining Public Safety Task Force. Remember, that was a group of community members, very diverse, broad coverage, perspectives included, that convened back in 2020, and they met regularly, and this was one of many strategies that they recommended, and it was one that I was proud to bring forward with the support of my colleagues on Austin City Council, and to ensure that we got the necessary funding. And I remember when Tara Tucker, I don't see her yet in the audience, there we go. When you reached out and you asked, and it was COVID, and everything was Zoom, and we did a virtual tour of a TRC in another part of the country, and I then knew that's what we needed here in Austin. And so I'm really grateful that you all took a chance on me to be your champion and to help you bring this forward for our state and for our Austin community. And I'm really grateful for our partners at the county. And Travis County really stepped up in helping us ensure that we were able to provide the necessary funding, the necessary support to get this created. And we're already seeing investment far and wide. Central Health has now put funding forward. We know Congressman Doggett secured over $1 million towards the Trauma Recovery Center. Let's give a shout out to Congressman Doggett. And I also want to thank our Assistant City Manager, Stephanie Hayden Howard, for her strong leadership in the Trauma Recovery Center. And just to level set, what has helped ensure the Trauma Recovery Center has done so much in our community over this year, we could not have done this without the Harvest Foundation. They are the ones, they said yes, let's get out for Harvest Foundation. The goal is to serve 120, and we've now served over 600. Over 600 individuals have been served in Harvest Foundation. And that's why I'm so proud of what we've accomplished here in our city, in our community, and in our region. And I know that there's still so much more that we need to be doing, and I'm proud to be part of the effort. And please continue to count on me and my District 2 team as a resource, as a champion, and as an ally. So with that, I will turn it back to Vinny.
Good morning, everyone. As everyone said, my name is Tara Tucker. I'm the Texas State Director for Alliance for Safety and Justice. We work on public safety policy at the state level. One of the other things that we do is we organize survivors of violent crime. Survivors of all types of violent crime, so gun violence, any kind of violence. And in that organizing, we give our survivors the space to tell us what it is that they need. And what we see and what we saw is that there weren't enough services for survivors across Texas, and specifically here in Austin. So we took the opportunity to organize our survivors and give them a voice, and we brought them to meet and to advocate for trauma recovery centers. We met with members and got the support of Councilmember Fuentes and Councilmember Alter and Commissioner Shea, and we partnered with the Office of Violence Prevention, and we worked really, really, really hard and did not give up. We worked for over 4 years on trying to procure funding for the first trauma recovery center. Our leaders, Clarence and Jill, came up to council and testified and really put their experience out there and gave a voice to why we needed trauma recovery centers. I got the privilege of speaking at the grand opening for the Harvest Trauma Recovery Center. And I think the joy that I had at that event was evident. I'm even more excited today, the potential for what could happen in our city. And if we can stay behind making this TRC, giving this TRC the support that it needs. It's already helped so many people and made a difference in their lives and healed their families. And that's what I want for our community. I want it to continue to heal and for people to have a place to go without the barriers and restrictions that so many face when trying to get trauma recovery services. Thank you, Michael and Dr. Kelly. When I met them before we got the final funding for this, I knew immediately that the African American Youth Harvest Foundation was the right organization to do this. And so we worked with them, convinced them to apply for this funding, and they have turned it into this wonderful, beautiful home for survivors. So I will continue to support trauma recovery centers. I hope you all will continue to support trauma recovery centers, and I will work to try and make sure that we have more across our great state. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? I just want to thank Vanessa so much for all the leadership that you provided personally for me to get on board with this idea, and I'm so thankful that I did. And Councilmember Alter as well, y'all's leadership on this was amazing. I know that Commissioner Trevelyan and Commissioner Shea along with me on the county side are happy to be here and happy to be very supportive of this. And Tara, where did you go? Oh, there you are. Tara, yeah, obviously, not just on the Trauma Recovery Center, but I really enjoy working with you and everything across the board that we're trying to do at Travis County, and this is an integral part of it. So thank you, Michael, and thank you, Tara, and everybody who's working to make this a success. It's a really proud moment for our community. Thank y'all.